Hi mathletes, welcome back to Math Space. In this video, we will continue our discussion on special products. So this time we will have square of a trinomial. So to do this, first step is to square the first term. Second is to square the second term. Third is to square the third term. Fourth is multiply the first term and second term, then multiply the answer by 2. Fifth step is to multiply the first term and third term and multiply your answer by 2. And the last one would be second term times third term and multiply your answer by 2. So let's proceed directly to some examples. Number 1, we have the quantity x plus y plus 2 squared. So again, square the first term, that would be x squared. Square the second term, that would be y squared. Square the third term, that would be 4. And then next one would be first term, which is x, and then times the second term, y, so that is xy, and multiply your answer by 2, so that is 2xy. So first term times this third term, so that would be x times 2, which gives us 2x, and multiply the answer by 2, so that's 4x. And last step, we have the second term, which is y, times the third term 2, so 2y, and multiply the answer by 2, so that is 4y. Number 2, we have the quantity a plus b plus 5 squared. So square the first term, square the second term, square the third term, and then the next one would be first times second, that's ab, times 2, that's 2ab, plus next one would be first times the third, so a times 5, that's 5a, and then multiply the answer by 2, that's 10a. And lastly, second term times third term, that's b times 5, that's 5b, and multiply the answer by 2, so that is 10b. Next one, 2a times 2a, so that's 4a squared. Next is b squared. Square the third term, that will be negative 3 times negative 3, that's positive 9. Then we have 2a times b, that's 2ab, and multiply the answer by 2, so that's 4ab. Next one would be 2a times negative 3, that's negative 6a, and times 2, that will be negative 12a. And lastly, b times negative 3, that's negative 3b, times 2, that's negative 6b. Okay, next example, we have square of 4x, that will be 16x squared. Square of negative y, that's positive y squared. Square of 5, that's positive 25. And then first term times second term, that's negative 4xy, times 2, that's negative 8xy. Next, 4x times 5, that's 20x, times 2, that's 40x. And lastly, we have negative y times 5, that's negative 5y, times 2, that will be negative 10y. 2m times 2m, that's 4m squared. Plus 3n times 3n, that's 9n squared. 4 times 4, that is 16. Next, 2m times 3n, that's positive 6mn, times 2, that's positive 12mn. Next one, 2m times 4, that's positive 8m, times 2, that's positive 16m. Lastly, 3n times 4, that's positive 12n, times 2, that's positive 24n. Next example, we have square of x squared, that will be x raised to 4. Square of 2x, that would be 4x squared. Square of 3, that would be positive 9. Then x squared times 2x, that's 2x cubed, times 2, that would be 4x cubed. And then next would be x squared times 3, that's 3x squared, times 2, that's positive 6x squared. And then Next would be 2x times 3, that will be 6x, times 2, that will be positive 12x. So in this case, actually you can combine like terms like 4x squared and 6x squared. So that will give us an answer of x raised to 4 plus 4x raised to 3, and then 4x squared plus 6x squared, that will be 10x squared. And then we have plus 12x, and then we have a positive 9. Next example, we have square of x squared, that's x raised to 4. Next, square of negative 2x, that will be positive 4x squared. Next, square of 5, that would be positive 25. Next one will be x squared times negative 2x, that's negative 2x cubed, times 2, so negative 4x cubed. Next one would be x squared times 5, that's 5x squared times 2, so 10x squared. And lastly, negative 2x times 5, that's negative 10x, times 2, that's negative 20x. And then you can combine like terms here. So we can see that 4x squared and 10x squared are like terms, and we will put them in order as well. So that will be x raised to 4 minus 4x cubed, okay, plus, okay, 4x squared plus 10x squared, that will be 14x squared, and then minus 20x, and then plus 25. So next one, the last example, we have x squared minus 3x minus 2, the quantity squared. So x raised to 4 plus 9x squared plus 4. Okay, so square of the first term, square of the second term, and square of the third term. And then next one is x squared times negative 3x, that's negative 3x cubed, times 2, so negative 6x cubed. Next one would be x squared times negative 2, that's negative 2x squared, and then multiplied by 2, so negative 4x squared. Then next one will be negative 3x. Negative 3x times negative 2, that's positive 6. And then multiplied by 2, so positive 12x. And then put your answer in order and combine like terms. So x raised to 4, and then minus 6x cubed, and combine 9x squared and negative 4x squared, that gives us positive 5x squared, and then positive 12x, copy, and positive 4. And that is how to square a trinomial. Once again, this is Teacher B, and see you in my next video.